What do you think, what role does observation of the world, how important is that in the process of making the pictures? Or is it a sort of background thing?
Yeah, it's a background thing. I think probably observation is with me. So I very much think about what I bring to the act of painting. So I'm thinking a lot about past and present coexisting in the act.
Quite important to you that the paintings should go through those deaths and rebirths.
It's become, I guess I've learned how to use that to my advantage rather than, I think I used to sort of never be able to resolve the painting.
There's a very gentle, whiskey, painterly ending or meeting of the painting to the edge of the canvas, which in a way belies the lurid sort of sexuality of the middle. And once one notices that, one sees that they are actually in both registers, that there's a delicacy to them, and the painting, each of the paintings sort of finds their way to being a painting, even though they're provided right away with something sort of luridly compelling in terms of the imagery.
Yeah, that's, I usually paint quite slowly, like very thin layers, so I'm trying to...
These strokes, the sort of highlight stuff, is that some kind of varnish over the top of it? It's actually underneath the...
There is varnish.
It is varnish, yeah. And you swept it on unevenly, like, almost against the movement of the painting strokes, to keep the thing open.
I thought about whether I wanted to follow the strokes, but the thing is it was made in such a instinctual fashion that felt like quite a crude way to approach it, so I just...
Yeah, it might have gone against the spirit of it to either go with the strokes or to carefully do it neutrally or something. So it's a sort of living element like the strokes.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of my work is about the materiality of paint and trying to, I guess, I'm discovering paint and different ways of feeling through that. So I think that's sort of what you get through the instruments.
So the final thing of these tiny dashes that are very pleasing to discover them.
Yes.
And they exist on a surface which is partly paint on canvas, then silk stretched over that. Wet paint or dry paint?
Yeah, because otherwise I've tried that, because otherwise the silk goes.
Are we seeing, in that sort of shadowy effect, are we seeing a colour that's underneath the silk?
Right.
Or where can you show us?
I'll give you a kind of thing. So, for this one, I was interested in the scale, the kind of juxtaposition of the large and the small. So, for instance, these marks are made with a very, very big brush.
You say these marks?
Yeah, so...
Oh, I see, yeah. So they're dappled on like a great big blob of watercolour?
Yeah, actually they are acrylics.
Right,
so they're acrylics.
Very liquefied.
Yes, very loose. They're not real landscapes, they're sort of landscapes, as it were, how we culturally make a landscape. We're in a landscape, but who knows what's out there really? We're sort of making it by all our associations. We've journeyed there, we know something from high culture about a landscape, we know something physically, what it's like to walk through, we know our own landscapes that we do know very well, and then we know awesomely beautiful landscapes, and we know pictures of such things. So a lot goes to make, I think Ruskin said that he had a good insight about painting by Turner. Turner did all that travelling with his notebooks, and he'd encounter something and sketch it, and go back and paint it. But what went into those sketches was the few hundred yards of travel up towards the thing, and then the 300 miles before the few hundred yards. So a lot is already at play when he makes a few splashes like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so one almost practical question:
is the starting point for each of these two paintings, is it a landscape? Is it a photo of a landscape? Or are they both completely composites of bits from here and there?
They are, yeah, they're mostly composites. There are some different elements in the one behind you.